A body dumped on a deserted beach highway. A string of undiscovered graves, and 20 years of silence. But in December 2025, a suspect was finally arrested. What investigators uncovered could rewrite one of America's darkest mysteries. This is the real story of the Gilgo Beach murders between 1993 and 2011. Along a lonely stretch of marshes and dunes on Long Island's south coast, the remains of more than 10 people were discovered, many of them women. What followed was one of the most chilling unsolved serial killer cases in US history. The Gilgo Beach serial killings. The victims, many of them sex workers, disappeared without trace. Their bodies were found dumped near a remote road, Ocean Parkway, near Gilgo Beach and Oak Beach. For decades, the case haunted investigators. Under investigation, false leads, unidentified victims. Until recently, in December 2010, 4 sets of remains were discovered, the so-called Gilgo 4. Over the next months, additional bodies surfaced. Others, including a toddler and a man, were also found, raising horrifying questions. Among them, women believed to be sex workers who had gone missing years earlier, their lives erased, their identities uncertain. Despite the frequent discoveries of remains, investigators struggled. Many victims weren't reported missing. Identification through forensic means lagged. Years went by with no major breakthroughs. In 2022, after years of cold case stagnation, a new task force was convened, combining local police, state investigators, and federal agents to re-examine evidence and deploy modern forensic techniques. Then on July 13, 2023, a dramatic arrest was made. Rex Heuermann, a seemingly ordinary architect and family man, was taken into custody on suspicion of murdering several of the Gilgo victims. Investigators say DNA evidence from a discarded pizza crust, phone records, and other clues tied him to the killings. It was the first real break in a case that had haunted Long Island for more than a decade. Officially, Heuermann has been charged with the murders of at least 7 women, including Melissa Barthelemy, Megan Waterman, Amber Koslow, Maureen Brainerd Barnes, Jessica Taylor, Sandra Costilla, and Valerie Mack. Most of them were working as escorts at the time they vanished. Their remains, often dismembered or stripped of identifying marks, were dumped along remote stretches, the darkness of night, marshland, and a hidden shoreline shielding the perpetrator for far too long. Over the years, delayed identifications added to the horror of bodies remained nameless for decades. Some victims were only identified in the 2020s, thanks to genetic genealogy work. In April 2025, investigators revealed a major update. An unidentified female victim, once known only as Peaches, and her 2-year-old daughter, had finally been identified through advanced DNA and genealogy. Their names, Tanya Denise Jackson and her daughter Tatiana Marie Dykes. Then in December 2025, prosecutors announced that a suspect, Andrew Dykes, her daughter's father, had been arrested on a murder charge related to their deaths. This breakthrough is huge. After almost 3 decades, one of the coldest, most mysterious cases associated with Gilgo Beach has finally moved forward. Families of victims and the public may finally get answers, but the arrest also raises questions. If this murder was separate from the main serial case, is there more than one killer? Could some victims have been the work of different people? The web of mystery deepens. Even with this arrest, the tragedy isn't over. Authorities have charged Heuermann with 7 murders, but there remain other victims, some unidentified, some possibly linked, including a male corpse believed to be transgender, and at least 1 toddler. Experts and advocates warn the trial will be complicated. Some forensic methods used, such as the DNA software matching, have come under scrutiny. Additionally, the possibility that more than one killer operated over the years haunts investigators. Could there be more victims buried, waiting to be found? Could some remain unidentified forever? More than just a crime story, the Gilgo Beach killings exposed deep issues: marginalization, the vulnerability of sex workers, systemic neglect, and police failures. For years, victims were anonymous, their stories ignored. The renewed investigation, breakthroughs via modern forensic science, and public scrutiny show a shift, perhaps a chance at justice, long overdue. And for the families, identification of victims, arrests even decades later, means closure, or at least the hope of it. The Gilgo Beach case shows that time does not erase truth, and modern science can still shine light into the darkest corners. But many questions remain. Will justice be served? Will every victim be identified? Or will some names be lost forever? What do you think? Is this the act of a single monster? Or could there have been more than one? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next episode covering another chilling cold case.